Nihal Sarin has crossed the first hurdle. He beat Wei Yi. And now, in order to reach the top 8, the playoffs, he needs to beat the Polish genius Jan Krzysztof Duda. Jan Krzysztof Duda, one of the best rapid and blitz players in the world. In fact, in order to train himself for the World Championship match in 2024, Gukesh trained with Duda because his rapid and blitz skills are so good. Well, the players are ready. Duda has the white pieces. Nihal is black. Something is not up to the mark for Nihal. But the game has started. D4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight to f3. And you can see Nihal trying to fit his headphones at the same time, play his moves. Okay, all set at 6. Nihal likes to play it this way. He also played that against Wei Yi. c6 played. And now pawn to e3. Bishop comes to f5. And bishop e2. We have bishop to d6. Offering a trade of bishops. Takes, takes. Castles. And black also. Castles here, no. He first brings his knight to d7. Queen b3. Attacking the pawn on b7. Rook b8. Defending it. And a3 played. A calm little move, offering a trade of queens. And I think Nihal can take it and then play pawn to a6 to stop b5 ideas. But he doesn't. He plays queen e6. He avoids the trade of queens. Rook c1. Rook comes to e8. This structure which we have on the board, queen a5 by the way, is known as the Carlsbad structure. And usually what white is aiming for is to play b4, b5 here. a6 protecting the pawn. Rook e1. So Duda playing this calmly. Both players have roughly 8 minutes on the clock. Offering a trade of knights. Takes, takes. And now the knight jumps back to d2. Hitting the bishop. Nihal says, I don't want to trade bishops. He goes back. The queen enters into c7. Duda is very sharp tactically. You have to be careful. Like this rook here is a bit loose. Knight f6 played. There could be potential tactics in the air. Knight to b3. He's coming to the c5 square. g5 played now by Nihal. The queen enters into e5. And rook e8. Threatening to take. And rook takes. So he captures. Bishop takes back. Nihal so solid here. Absolutely solid. And I think he can offer a trade of knights with knight d7. Bishop comes to d3. And he does offer it. Duda maybe can take it. He has an extra minute on the clock. He doesn't take it. He's like, I will try to place my knight on a5. Keep an eye on b7 and c6. So rook c8 played by Nihal. Not sure what Nihal is aiming for here for his counter play. Difficult to engineer. b6, c5, f3 played. Knight to e8 to come to d6. And king f2, knight d6, knight jumps to a5. Well, maybe there was better options like knight c5, but knight a5, and now rook to c7. Slowly and steadily, black can switch everything to the e file to put pressure here. He goes rook c7, and Nihal finds this plan. So good, so good. a4, stopping knight b5. And now bishop goes back to c8, defends here, opens up the rook's path to the e file. b4 played, and rook e7 seems like the most natural move. He plays it, and rook e1 defending the pawn. Bishop comes to f5, offering a trade. Duda has been declining the trades, pushing Nihal slightly behind on the clock. f5, Nihal goes and gets even more space. Knight to c5, and now the bishop may drop back to c8. He goes knight to d3, and Nihal Sarin now goes king f6, knight jumps into e5. Is there a potential to sacrifice an exchange on e5? Sometimes these work quite well. Rook a8, Nihal now looking for some play via a5. It seems like Duda is getting the clamp. Oh, knight f7, offering a trade. This time it seems like you cannot not trade. So f4 played. Now Nihal doesn't want to trade because takes, he gets a protected passer. So he comes back. What a strategic fight is going on. Rook c1, bishop to d7 played. Wonder who will be the first one to blink here. Both of them are playing so well. Duda pushes, takes, Nihal enters in with a check. Rook c2, offering a trade. And now, do you win a pawn here with CB? Actually, you do. He takes it and asks Duda, what's your plan now? I'm up a pawn. I think Duda can go rook c5, attacking d5 and b5. He does it. No, first takes here and then goes to c5. King e6. Nihal defends d5 pawn. King f3 is a mistake. g4 comes in and he's shaking his head. He's not happy. Rook d8. Suddenly black is the one in driver's seat. You can't take here. b6. Maybe. No, he takes. b6, rook c6. Wow. Okay, that's insane. Rook a8 is the best move for Nihal now. He plays rook c8. Offers the trade. And that's a mistake because now the position is equal. But look at the time. Duda has 1 minute 20 seconds. Nihal 1 minute 28. Time is going to be a huge factor. Bishop a4. Do you take on c5 or not? Decisions have to be made at lightning speed. b6. Takes. Okay. What is better, the knight or the bishop? It seems like the knight should be doing better here with the e4 weakness, h5, h4. But on the other hand, all black pawns are on light squares. So Duda could potentially be the one pressing here. He's going bishop here, wants to give a check. Knight comes back, maybe not. No one's pressing, maybe it's just a draw. Nihal, whether he should push the pawn on h5 or not, he pushes it. Pawn to h5. g3 played. And now knight e4. Is there something happening? Oh, he goes back, attacks the bishop, king c6, bishop c6. Nihal can agree to a draw. He's already 25 seconds below on the clock. Duda says, I don't want a draw. He goes and attacks here. This is risky because his bishop is kind of locked up on g6 now. Can't come out. King c3, knight e4. Check. King b4, I believe. No, he goes back here. Knight d6. He's giving up the pawn, but he's taken away these two squares. The king can go like this and trap the bishop. He takes king f6. Oh my god, the king is coming this way. King here. Bishop e8 gives back. And now comes in. Nihal is a piece up. But king is too active. It's equal. But Nihal can also win. Nihal has 20 seconds. 9 seconds. King here, knight d6. King c6. It's a draw perhaps. He goes knight e8. And now it's winning. Knight f6 wins, but he takes the pawn. And now once again it's Duda who has, Nihal has just 2 seconds. They're repeating. Duda can change the move and win the game. No, he plays king e6 and it's a draw. Oh my god. Duda could have played on there and won. Wonder if Nihal could have survived on those 2 seconds. Was perhaps impossible to do that. Insane finish there. Draw is the result. Nihal was winning a couple of moves ago. Duda, well, he played amazingly well. Resourceful even after losing the piece. He found a way to put Nihal under pressure. But now, Nihal has the white pieces in game 2. And he'll try to press. Nihal with white. What's his first move going to be? He played d4 against Wei. He plays c4. Nihal can play knight f3, c4, d4, all of these things. He can also play e4 sometimes. c6, the Slav defense setup. d5, e3. This is known as the Vincent Keimer setup, where you don't commit the pawn to d4. You put your pawn on b3, bishop b2. g6, knight comes to c3, d4 castles, bishop comes to e2, and now bishop to g4, take on d5, take on d5, h3, and now I think Nihal would take on f3, because often giving up this bishop means that you can put your pawn on e6 and then bring the knight out to c6. It's a great position here for Duda. Sorry, Duda gives up the bishop on f3. So Nihal has the bishop pair now. Duda with black has a nice setup, I would say. Bishop e2, knight d6, he goes queen a4, a6 played, rook d1. And this is what Nihal does incredibly well. He just prepares himself for the coming fight. Look at this, how everyone is placed ready. He's like, black, if you want to come and hit me, I'm ready for it. But I'm not going to try to take you on just yet. I'll see when the time is right. And that strategy has worked for Nihal very well. Duda, on the other hand, now latches onto the position with bishop d3, with b5. And Nihal goes bishop d3. Queen comes to e7, bishop f1, moving back and forth, tempting Duda to do something. He also very smartly tries to remaneuver his knight. Nihal also offers trade of pieces, bishop h6, take, and now there's a very nice maneuver with knight c1, knight b3 or knight d3 and going to c5. He plays it. And already it feels like white didn't do much but has gotten the positional advantage. This is what Nihal is very good at. Knight d7 and bishop a5, hitting the rook. Rook drops back and perhaps you play rook c1. No, he goes bishop b4, knight comes to c4. But what about b3? Is there some sacrifices happening here? Not really. I mean, they don't seem that dangerous. b3 asks a question to Duda, and Duda shaking his head. He's not happy with what he has done here. He's been pushed back. Now Nihal has the bishop pair plus weaknesses to look at. Bishop f8. It's a bit of a nightmare when facing Nihal here. Knight b4. And now knight b8 takes here, takes, this is hanging. Oh, he finds it. What a move by Duda. That's why he's such a tricky player. It's not easy to beat him. Knight a6 by Nihal. Takes. He wins a pawn. But in return, black gets the c file. Bishop goes back. You can't trap the bishop, I believe. Oh, you can potentially, but the bishop opens up. So would Duda do that? He's thinking. He has good compensation. He can also jump knight b4. Too many options here. Just trying to be sure. Nihal has 1.5 extra minute. b4, queen d3, knight goes to b8, queen b5, queen comes to c2, and he goes queen b7. Now very important to move the rook away, and rook e1 played, just moving my rook away as well, so that nothing's hanging. And now he blunders here with rook c8. He should have played queen c3, knight c6. These are all equal, but rook c8 allows a very big problem. This pawn is hanging. Did Duda simply miss it? He's missed it. He's shaking his head there. Boom, takes. Nihal is now 2 pawns up. But queen a2. He gets 1 pawn back, Duda. But the thing is, the b pawn is super strong. Queen c2 and bishop to b5. Stopping all the developments of the knight. Now first goes rook a1, rook f8. And do we go in now? This is the part where Nihal has to think through. He has 2 minutes on the clock. Enough time to convert this huge advantage. Extra pawn, complete domination. b4. The b pawn is coming down and Duda is like, what the hell am I doing? Knight c6. I need to bring my knight in. He's shaking there. b5. Maybe push the pawn. But this is Nihal's strategy. He doesn't rush in. He's like, let me think through. Let me see if there's any defense that my opponent has. He goes rook a6. Wow, what a move. What a move. Not letting the knight get active. Duda is like, what am I doing? And these losses are the toughest to digest, because you're going to be thrown out of the tournament. Knight d8, queen d7. 58 seconds for Nihal. 1 minute 20 seconds for Jan Krzysztof. Sorry, ulta. 120 for Nihal, 50 seconds for Jan Krzysztof. 30 extra seconds there. e5 gives up another pawn. I guess Nihal can simply take it. de. No, he goes rook a8, attacking the knight. Knight e6. Takes. Queen d5 takes here. Queen d4. 2 pawns up now. Queen b1 trying to pin the bishop. b5. Pawn pushes 1 step ahead. Knight e6. Queen a7. Now b6, b7, b8. Coming in. The knight is too far to create any counterplay. b6. Knight c5. Check. You can be sure that Nihal will convert this with 50 seconds on his clock. Queen d6 played. Pinning here, threatening b7. You can't take with the knight, queen hangs. If you take with the queen, knight hangs. He goes queen c3, but now b7. If knight b7, check and you win the knight. He plays b7, and Duda here shakes his head, resigns. Nihal Sarin beats Jan Krzysztof Duda 1.5, makes it to the top 8. Look at that smile on the face. He gets S8 UL into top 8. A handshake there. Duda, representing Weibo Gaming, couldn't make it there. And Nihal Sarin, the relief there. He's gotten himself $75,000 plus 200 club points for S8 UL and a chance to beat Magnus Carlsen tomorrow. And he's managed to crush 2 keys today. One of Wei and now of Duda. As Duda hands over the key to Nihal Sarin, this youngster, this soft-spoken youngster from India, from Kerala, is showing why he is considered a blitz, bullet, monster on this planet. And Nihal goes to crush the key. Well, it's a part of the tournament. You get your opponent's key, you give it to this person who crushes it. Nihal doesn't enjoy this so much. He's like, I don't want to hear this, but he often closes his ears as well. Presses the button there, and it comes down, and boom, the sound is loud when it gets crushed there. And you can see Nihal closing his ears. But Nihal is through to the top 8. He faces Magnus Carlsen in the quarterfinals. A big day for Nihal Sarin and S8 UL. This is Sagar Shah signing off. Hope you enjoyed this match.